Stage is just framing up.
Okay, then.
Give me the signal to go.
Yeah, are you ready? Yeah, okay, so now you kick us off, please.
Hi, Nuno. You okay?
Thank you. I'm okay, thank you.
Nuno, a good fight back against Brighton to move towards the top half of the table. You singled out the young players for the way they turned things around, especially in the second half. How pleased were you with them?
Very pleased. I think not only the reaction to it, but the way we approach, the determination that we had. And it was a good game, very tough game. In the second half, definitely the change, the character that the boys showed, young boys that after a first half go to the second half and realize that the energy must be there. We must increase our movement, mobility, circulation of the ball. So when things work out well, you are happy.
It paints a very good picture for the future, doesn't it? With all those young players performing like that in the Premier League for you, doesn't it?
It's not about the future. It's about what I think we need in these three games, games before and moving forward and looking forward. We need energy because we want to prepare ourselves for what's ahead of us, but not based on the future, based on what we have to do now to compete well. Because we're going to have 3 tough matches starting against Tottenham. So let's prepare ourselves to do it game by game, not looking too much ahead.
What have you made of Tottenham since Ryan took over from Jose? What are the key changes that you've noticed from the way they play?
The quality and the talent of the squad is there. Slight changes because basically by saying that each manager has his own idea, his own approach. But we expect a very tough match. Very tough match. Tottenham is a fantastic squad. And we have to challenge ourselves to compete against Tottenham.
In terms of the sort of injury situation, have you got certain players coming back for the weekend's game?
We have some of coming back, some able to join. We have someone's not inside because we have problems. It's always the situation, and it's the end of the season, and we have to be very careful on our decisions, the way we prepare ourselves, because many of our squads have a lot of games, and we have to realize what some of our players still have to compete in the national teams. All these things to avoid. It's been too much. Let's try to fix it and stop it. Having all the players available was something that you didn't have the luxury to have this season. So let's try to have it these games.
Conor Cody mentioned that Wolves have suffered from a 2-year season because you've really not had much of a break from the back end of that Europa League campaign, and it's been tough, hasn't it? The sort of 2-year period to this point.
Of course, it's been tough and it's been very demanding, but we spoke about this before. Even the last season, not only what happened to us. We are talking that we play football during a pandemic, and this affects everything and changes everything. So when we look a little bit behind, the pandemic, how we had to work, how we had to operate as a group, how we live inside the society. It's been very tough, very tough. The mental part of competing under circumstances like this is very demanding on the players. We are aware of that.
And how pleased are you with the players and the squad and the way that you've managed to come together and get through that period?
Very good. Honestly, very good. Very proud of the way we manage our own problems. Very proud of the way we committed ourselves to solve and find solution for our problems. Every day it's been a challenge to work as a unit. It's not easy, but on that aspect, because I truly believe that the relationship and the bond that the squad has among them is unique. is very, very special. And this is a big strength that we have when we face problems, when things are not okay. We have this ability to regroup, refocus, and go again. That is basic, and without conflict, without selfishness. Very proud of that.
And just one final one on one of those young players, Ryan, and his Ryan at Nuri's defensive improvements. How pleased are you with the defensive aspect of his game in the last few fixtures? Because that's improved immensely, hasn't it?
Yes. Clearly one of the aspects when Ryan joined us, that we clearly try to work on that. The talent offensively is there, physicality, youth, but Premier League is very demanding, and you need tasks. You need to improve your 1v1 defensive, and he's doing well. But still has a lot of things to work and to improve to become the player that we see him becoming. Will take time.
Nuno, thank you, and best of luck for the weekend. Thanks, Nuno.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right.
Hello. Hi again, Nuno. I just wanted to pick up on the injury situation, if I could. There was some hope Willy Bolly might be available against Spurs. Can you update us on him? And amongst some of the other more longer-term injured players, any update on Fernando Marçal at all? What's his progress?
Bolly has joined already the group. He's working in a normal situation now. He still has some individual issues to being able to go all the training session on the same level, but he's really improved. Marçal joined us a couple of days. He's been out with a long injury, and he's getting back his fitness, but he's totally recovered of his injury, so it's good news.
Yeah. And if I could ask about Adama Traore, who made a big impact, obviously, against Brighton. Does that kind of performance press his claim to start, or does it emphasise his value off the bench, if you like?
No, it doesn't have to do with that. I think what the decision we'll make, we'll still have one more training session to do. We'll prepare it, and then we'll decide the players that will start. But what we saw, honestly, against Brighton was the improvement of Adama, the ability to play on different spaces and do different things that he's doing before. You used to see Adama wide and 1v1s. He was inside of the box. He made a fantastic combination and one-touch finish like a striker. So this is what we want, trying to take Adama to different places inside the pitch to reproduce different actions, because his impact can be fantastic. He's unique. So what I saw there was the clear improvement and ability of Adama to play on different circumstances, and that is a big step.
Just one last one from me. We've spoken about the importance of next week, and Raul Jimenez is meeting with the specialist. Just looking in general over the piece in the summer, are you open-minded about involvement he might have with Mexico if he's cleared fit, or is it a concern for you? I mean, there's the Olympics, there's the Gold Cup. What sort of discussions might you have about that? I'm only worried and thinking about the 18. What the specialist is going to say. This is what is going to decide whatever we're going to decide. Without that information, will be no sense speaking about all the other questions. So let's wait on the 18. Thank you.
Mike?
Hello, Nuno. Nice to see you. I know we don't have the full international squads in yet, but we know quite a few of your players are going to have a busy summer, and obviously nobody knows how far they're going to go in respective tournaments. So I know you're only doing one game at a time at the moment, but are you able to plan some way ahead in how you're going to rest those players for you next season, given what they might have to do this summer?
Yes, we are aware, and we already determined our schedule. We know when you're going to finish. We know when you're going to start. We know the players that can be involved in national teams. And we have if clearly after they finish their participation with the national teams on the Euros, they will stop. But how long? Each and every player will have his individual program. Is have for us to prepare well the player. So without knowing when they will finish their participation, we cannot decide, because if they go until the final, they will have a couple of weeks until the beginning of the season. So, but each and everyone has their own individual program prepared, organized, and taken in action the moment that happens.
Yes, and I know that you're a big supporter of the players taking part in the national teams and doing as well as they can with that. Is there even obviously the tournament is very important for the national coaches, clearly, but have you got a clear sort of dialogue with them so that you'll know exactly where your players and how they're being looked after all the way through?
We've been able to maintain dialogue to all this season with all the international managers. Each time our player of ours go to national team, we share information because it's basic. Because we are sharing the player in that moment. What we want is them to return healthy and as good as possible. Of course, it happened incidents. Sometimes even the manager of national teams cannot predict what can happen. But I'm still full support of our players going to national teams. And we are talking about Euros. It's a big competition for everyone. To play for your own countries can only make you better and more proud of yourself.
Yes, indeed. Just one very quick thought from me, if I may. We saw a special moment for one of your players last week, Morgan Gibbs-White, and I know he said it's been a long time coming. I know progress is gradual and players learn, but sometimes maybe that one moment could mean an awful lot to him, couldn't it? As a sort of mental breakthrough, he's done it. He's achieved a Premier League goal. Might that mean a lot to Morgan, do you think?
Definitely, yes. It was something that was there. He played many games in previous seasons, and he had clear chances. It was something that was there, and he feels the club in a very special way. He has grown with Wolves. He's spent all his life with Wolves, so it was a big moment for him.
It was lovely. Thank you. Good luck.
I think that's it for broadcasters. So if we can turn off the camera, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks all. And then